Hey, what's happening? It's your boys, DMAC with Reed and with Tom from Premier Heating and Air and American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning here for the Premier Heating and Air Show, powered by American Standard Heating and Air. The phone number for Premier is 720-547-8009. The website is premieraircolorado.com. As always, we start off with college football talk as Reed is a proud #Asunder alum of CSU. And look at your Rammies, Reed. Look at your Rammies,
Second place in the conference.
How about that, man?
Killing it.
They beat New Mexico 17-6. They have 5 wins, 5-3 overall, 3-0 in the Mountain West. Dude, look at Wyoming.
yeah.
On the other
Let's
side.
not look too hard at Wyoming, okay?
Yeah, Wyoming 1-7, 1-3 in the Mountain West. Oh man, and you lost to that juggernaut Utah State, 27-25. So
that was a close game,
we
though.
almost had it.
Almost.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
almost is like hand grenades and whatever.
Horseshoes.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. Right. Yes, yeah, almost.
Loss is a loss. Okay, so I give up on the season.
Really? You're surrendering now?
I'm going to surrender now so we can go to baseball.
You want to
we don't have a baseball team.
You want to just pay me?
Week, do we?
You want to just pay me out for the CSU game?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
CSU could rest on their laurels.
You're still holding out.
Too funny. So it's CSU at Nevada this week, and then and that's Nevada's kind of down. Reed, they're 0-3 in the Mountain West. They're 3-6. My God, CSU, hey, that's a winnable game. That gets you to a bowl. That puts you 4-0 in the Mountain West. That's pretty freaking exciting. And Tom, you guys just lose to everybody. So you're going to New Mexico.
Lose to New Mexico.
You're probably just going to lose to New Mexico and go from there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put their second string in or their third.
Who's second string?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Great strategy there, Tom.
So I was optimistic, wanted to see CSU go to a bowl.
Yeah.
Show some progress, but now we have a chance at winning the conference. So
yeah,
let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, man. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And we love the Premier Heating and Air Show. And I'm sure you guys loved Wednesday, as it was like, wow. I bet the phone rang a little bit earlier this week, Reed. Did it?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while, and then it becomes real when it actually, does snow and it does, get into freezing temperatures, and you realize pretty quickly how important it is to have a working furnace, when it gets cold out. So right. I'm very thankful. Mine's working great. My American Standard furnace working like a dream, So
the DMAC special that you have?
Yep. I'm loving it. Yeah.
I got a funny story for you. Actually, Reed, you kind of know this. We had like some sort of inspection thing, Yeah. Listen, guys, you got to understand, when it comes to something around the house, I just let my wife deal with everything. You understand? You see where I'm going here? I fix nothing. I do nothing. And there had to be some sort of inspection thing go on. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So the dude comes around and he looks at it. And I'm like, that's right. Look at that Mac Daddy out there. You can inspect that all you want, baby. You can check that out right there. And then he came back because he was like, where do things go? How does it leave the house? Or how does it? And I don't know what the hell he was talking about. But I let him back in and he was like, oh, it goes here and goes there. What I think he was looking at is newer sort of technology that he wasn't used to, Tom. And I read, and I think this sometimes happens, correct? That sometimes these people that are looking at certain things day after day after day, there's newer, different technology. Things are set up a little bit different. Who wants to start with that? Like how things are. Reed, you want to go there?
Yeah. I mean, it's, that's another aspect of the installation process, so we pull permits on every job. We always welcome that kind of, second, third set of eyes to just review, make sure everything is absolutely perfect, up to code. You know, and it's a constant thing. Like, we have to keep up with it. Codes are constantly changing. You know, but that's a part of like what we do. And yeah, the American standard, you know, equipment, it's top of the line. I mean, it's advanced technology. So I guess he's never seen that one before.
I guess not, Tom. Reed?
And along those lines, I mean, what you pulled out of your house, or what was in your house when you got there, was the base model, the builder grade system.
Mm-hmm.
And that unit's either on or it's off. It's like a light switch, like we've talked about in the past. Well, that inspector was probably ready to look at, or was used to looking at, a replacement of a like for like, you know, of a basic system. And then he gets into your system and he takes a look at it, and it's a little more elaborate, but it has a lot more features, functions, and benefits than what you had before. It's not just on and off. It comes on a low speed, and on a cold day like Wednesday, it ramped up to the higher speed. Just like on a hot day during when we had it this summer, your air conditioner ramped into the higher speed. So he wasn't used to looking at that. So good, you got to educate an inspector.
And the quality too. I mean, it's above and beyond what he's probably used to seeing. You know, the quality of so, I mean, humble brag a little.
We do need to talk about our mutual friend, the Denver inspector. And, you know, I know that he reaches out to you on a regular, consistent basis and says, hey, Reed, this is what I run up against. What do you do in this situation? And you guys are continually bouncing back and forth on code. He's asking your opinion on future codes. He, you know, an inspector for Denver and Reed are mutual, they're personal friends, and they bounce business ideas off each other.
Yeah. And we get some referrals too. And that's the ultimate, you know, when inspectors, because they're pretty particular, and they know they see a lot of different installs. And so if you're getting recommendations from them, you know, you're doing something right.
Yep.
Hey, I'm going to edit on the fly here. Tom, you sound great, but I want you to check your microphone settings just real quick. You do sound great, but you may be able to sound just a little bit better if you click that little thing there. You know what I'm saying?
Remote. So let's see here. Check on the fly. It's the only one I've got.
I thought you were going to say something about me. I've got a little congestion going on.
Right.
No, you're fantastic.
Now, how about now? Is that better?
You're good. You're good. Listen, this time of year is, well, here we go. You know, we're now into November. The leaves are off the trees, and the cold weather is coming. Now, luckily, we live in Colorado, not a hellhole like where I grew up back in New England or Cleveland. And I don't know, I just killed or Detroit or, you know, Erie, Pennsylvania. There's a lot of hellholes out there.
Or anywhere but Colorado.
Yeah, I tell you, man, we are so lucky because we do get days, you know, where it will snow, it'll be cold, and then it'll sort of go way back up. What does that do to systems, Reed, when there's such radical change in the weather once you get into the winter time? What does that do to systems?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's definitely a lot of variation there. And, you know, anytime when the temperature gets really cold or hot, you know, that system's going to be running a lot more often. And, you know, a lot of, especially when you're changing the seasons, you kind of get that first like real cold snap. You know, that system probably hasn't ran a lot for 5 or 6 months or whatever it is. And, you know, maybe some of those issues, because a lot of people, they'll look at their system and they're like, well, if it's running, everything's okay, right? But there could be underlying issues that you're really just not aware of, even though it's running. You know, and then, you know, there's a problem when it stops running. But like a lot of what we're trying to do is get people to be proactive. That's why we do the tune-ups and things like that, because we can really identify these potential issues and resolve them before you're in that situation where, you know, it's snowing and your furnace just dies and now it's not heating at all.
Right.
Well,
right.
with your customer base, they don't necessarily have to have an American Standard system to be a club member. They can be a club member with you, and you'll be out there every spring and every fall making sure everything's running optimally. But then you're there and prepared and ready for when that system is getting close to failing, and you can replace it prior to being in that bad situation.
And if you're maintaining it, you're usually able to get a little bit of extra life out of that system, and maybe fix a couple little things to kind of keep it running smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you do have an issue, we have priority service for all of our members and all of our existing customers. We're going to get out there right away. And then when it is time to replace, you're getting discounts on all those things too. So it's a no-brainer. It's definitely something you should do,
Yeah, totally agree. And the number to reach out is 720-547-8009. That's 720-547-8009. You can reach out to Reed. His product, his connection there is with American Standard. That is Tom, and they will get you the best quality products. They'll do it in the most efficient way. And the website is alive and well at premieraircolorado.com. In addition, Reed, you're doing more stuff on social media, on YouTube and other sort of platforms to get the word out. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's going good. We actually have, we got a camera guy coming out next week, and we're going to do a bunch of different things, like really focusing on our team.
Cool.
Taking pictures, videos, just talking about different things like our tune-up process, so I think that's the cool part is, like I've really enjoyed getting more involved there, and now kind of highlighting my team, getting them more involved, and really kind of opening the doors so other people can see, what it is that we do, how we do it. And, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What are you on there, Tom? Are you a TikTok guy? Are you on InstaFace, or are you on Match Page? What exactly gets you going there, pal?
I'm more of a LinkedIn guy.
LinkedIn, business. Gotcha.
Maybe just a touch of Facebook, not too much. We're business to business, and so it's a little bit different for us because we don't sell direct to the consumer, because we don't want to go around our support team of Premier. So we don't even sell a filter across our counter. Our livelihood is Reed and his team, and they're in our door every single day, whether there's one van parked at our dock or whether there's his whole fleet. And that's what we're about. And so we do some LinkedIn stuff, but we really want to support the dealers like Reed that support us, because they're our mainstay.
All right, let's get into I know my furnace sucks when. So let's go through some warning signs about sights and smells and sounds and different things there, Reed. Give us some heads up, like what are some clues that the furnace ain't what it used to be?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not like heating as well, maybe it's not keeping you comfortable throughout the house. Some other things that are a little bit more obvious, like if it's making weird noises, burning smells. You will kind of pick up a little bit of that weird smell when you first kick it on. It's kind of burning off all the, dirt and dust and stuff that's in there.
Sure.
But yeah, it's always a good idea to, go in there, check your filter every month or two, and just kind of look around, see if there's any signs of, if there's water leaking anywhere, or, anything like visually. That's usually a good place to start. And then anything you can kind of hear or smell.
Yeah.
Or just, when we come out there, I mean, we get into a lot more detail, and we're testing all the little components And the way we like to do it too is we like to get people involved, and really kind of educate them on how these systems run, and then just show them all the little readings that we're, seeing, and that way they have a good sense of what's going on.
Tom, can you just sort of see a bad furnace or eyeball it or smell it? Is there something that just stands out to you significantly? Like, yeah, not good.
So I was just standing in while our tech rep was doing some training here a few weeks ago, and he held a motor in his hand, and he held one of the control boards that are typically in the blower compartment of the furnace. And he said, "Okay, guys, here's the deal. The way the control board and the motor run is they keep smoke inside. Don't let the smoke out. If you let the smoke out of anything electrical, bad news." So that burning smell that Reed was talking about is when you let the smoke out, then that's bad news. So, then you're looking at control boards and blower motors and things of that nature. And things start to, if they're not maintained, they really start to deteriorate. And if you've got a motor that's been running for 16, 18, 20 years, it's probably at the end of its life. So definitely get Reed and his guys out there to double check things, because they'll pull readings on different components within the furnace. And if they're outside the tolerance, they're going to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we have with Premier Heating and Air, 720-547-8009, powered by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the Premier Heating and Air Show. Premier is easy to reach out to at premieraircolorado.com. Yeah, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Reed. What are you going to say about that?
I mean, I think a good way of looking at your HVAC, your furnace, and your AC is it's kind of like a car.
Okay.
These are mechanical systems. They have little parts and pieces, and you have to maintain it just like your car, but things wear out over time. So it's just kind of a fact of life. That's how these things work. It's a good way to kind of look at it, and there are little items that typically, just like brakes or things like that, it's like they're only going to last so long, and then they have to be replaced.
How often do you deal with DIY folk that can't figure it out and you end up being the call of last chance?
Yeah, we run into that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, and usually people, you can find almost anything on YouTube now.
Right.
So people will start there a lot of times, and they'll take a crack at it, and then they realize pretty quickly that, it's like our guys, they go through a lot of training. A lot of these guys go to school for this.
Right.
And they have it, the tools that they have. I mean, they've spent thousands of dollars on these tools, just like a mechanic.
Right.
So.
Oh no, I laugh all the time when I have a failed project and I have to pay somebody. Like the second they walk in the door with the stuff around their belt, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, you need that, and then of course they fix it in 5 seconds. Yeah. And I'm just like, like I don't have those tools. I don't have that knowledge, but yet I was trying to do the same thing you are a paid professional to do.
Yeah.
No, I failed. I can't believe it. What a shock. It didn't work out. And I know, Tom, your guys go through that training as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. So right now in the shoulder season is when we typically have been sending all of our people to either online training, or I've got my guy that just got back a couple weeks ago from a training in American Standard for a full week. And now he's going back for another manufacturer next week, and he'll be gone all next week.
Wow.
Because he needs to be able to be trained so that he can train Reed and his team. So he falls into that training all the time. And the key to the training is getting the guys in our conference room, and we have working models inside our conference room, and he shows them exactly what the new technology is, how to work on it, what tools are needed. I mean, I think we've talked a little bit about it, and we are past the air conditioning season, but there's a new refrigerant coming, And that means all new tools for these guys.
Mm.
So if you think about the investment Reed and his team make in just time and training and tools,
crazy,
you would be absolutely astounded. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, maybe you can talk on that training and the tools, Reed.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing thing. You know, we're training literally every single day. We had a training this morning, you know, going through different situations. You know, and there's always like a shift, you know, when we shift away from air conditioning and now we're more focused on heating, you know, it's like you almost have to like relearn, remind yourself a little bit of all the differences, you know, because there's quite a bit. I think another thing, you know, we were talking about it this morning, you know, when you're looking at heating, there's some potential safety hazards too that people just have to be aware of.
Sure.
You know, carbon monoxide leaks, gas leaks, things like that. So it's something, you know, definitely you want to get that system checked out, make sure everything is safe and it's operating. You know, you see a lot of like news stories and things like that this time of year, you know, so it's just something to be mindful of. Make sure you have your carbon monoxide detectors, make sure that you know, they're not expired. The batteries are all working, you know, just safety is a big thing that we always kind of preach with our team. And, you know, it's something that we don't take lightly.
Yeah. And listen, you get all this. This is mind blowing. Well, and I don't know how long it's going for, but right now it's a $49 furnace tune-up. $49. So just think about it for a second. With the technology, the training, the expertise that goes into it, good luck with YouTube, y'all. $49, you can get a furnace tune-up. That's it. You can get on the schedule with Premier, backed by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, and talk about taking something gargantuan off your plate. And we're not just talking about replacing a whole unit like I did need. And I got the Mac Daddy, and they've got that for you too, with incredible financing options. I'm just trying to keep that system you've had for 8 or 9 years going, right? Right now. And we'll go from there, Reed. And I'm going to guess if you're smarter with regular tune-ups and regular maintenance, you're not going to have to drop thousands of that. Your system will last longer, even older systems. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of the issues that we run into, you know, people have kind of neglected their system, and there's, you know, these small problems become big problems, and then, you know, it starts affecting other parts of the system. And then pretty soon you get to a point where it's like there's multiple things going on, you know, whereas if you would have just got a tune-up, you would have been aware, you could have addressed, you know, regular tune-ups, you could address those small problems and keep that system running, you know, smoothly for a long time.
Tom, what's new in the world of manufacturing? How's that going? I mean, we're a few years past COVID and all. Where are you in terms of the chain and everything else going on there these days? Product.
Well, I got to tell you, the things are really on the manufacturing side pretty much back to normal as it pertains to speed of delivery and supply chain. Pre-COVID, we would place an order today, and 21 days from today, that those systems or whatever we ordered would be sitting on our dock. Right now, we're running about 35 days, which is still fine for us because we can plan for it. But inventory-wise, we are ballooned. We are ready for the winter. We're ready for the cold weather. But I do want to just segue just a little bit as you guys were talking about the safety factor.
Sure.
I was in a meeting here recently with one of our manufacturers, and a lot of people don't know that the lifespan of a smoke detector is specific. Their lifespan is 10 years, not 11, not 20, not 30. Okay, so for the safety factor, it's just a little safety message from Tom here, standing on a soapbox.
Okay.
If your smoke detector is more than 10 years old, replace it. And the new ones are smoke and carbon monoxide. And number two, if it's less than 10 years, make sure as we're heading into our time change, is it next weekend? I think
it's this weekend. It's
this weekend.
Well, this is airing Saturday morning. It's
Today,
tonight, tomorrow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's get your batteries changed. If you're less than 10 years on your smoke detectors, get the batteries changed and then change them again when we spring forward. So
Yeah,
that's
Tom, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but everybody knows the right way to deal with smoke detectors is to wait for the annoying beep to never stop or chirp and then take a broom and just smack at it until it falls off the ceiling.
right. That's the way to do it.
Shut up, you stupid. Turn off.
And just so you know, if you take the beeping one to the garage, you can still hear it in your bedroom.
No, that's when once you get it to the garage, see, it's two things. It's the broom to knock it down, and then it's the hammer in the garage.
Yes. Yes.
And then you're like, that room won't catch on fire. I know, I'm good there.
That's something that we will look at too. Like we'll go through and look at all those, and we have them in stock. We can update them for you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
We can do that. We'll at least make them aware of it, so that even if they want to go to Home Depot or something and order some more. But yeah, that's part of our inspection process, is we're going to look at those things.
Really?
Yeah.
And Reed even has the Nest version of the smoke and carbon monoxide texture, and you actually get an alert on your phone if there's any
very
kind of
cool.
problem.
Very, very cool. Yeah, Reed got me up to the technology. I did not know you did smoke detector. That actually is really, really cool. I'm joking about that, but who has not had that annoying smoke detector? And listen, let's just keep it real. Are we all good in every room that we should be in that department? That's amazing. I did not even know that you guys take care of that stuff too. Well, look at that.
You should. A lot of them, like in the house that I'm in now, I think there's definitely one in every bedroom. The code is, I think, within about 15 feet of all the bedrooms, because the key with that is that if it goes off, you need to be able to hear it, like if you're sleeping. So yeah, we make sure everything's up to code, everything is safe, and it's extremely important. I mean, we talk about it, and we definitely joke about it, with those things, because we've all been there. But it is a little thing you can do, just peace of mind, make sure everything is safe and good to go.
All right. This is the Premier Heating and Air Show, powered by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. To reach out to Reed at Premier, 720-547-8009. That's 720-547-8009. PremierAirColorado.com. Listen, there's always great promotions going on. $49 furnace tune-up. What are your trade-in credits? $1,000 trade-in credit you got going on right now? Is that right, Reed?
Yep, $1,000 trade-in credit, which I think we're going to extend that a little bit. It's been October's been amazing for us, and that
that's awesome.
A lot of people taking advantage of that. There's some other rebates and things like that, but we're probably going to extend it for a little bit, and then when we make that decision to kind of cut it off, then that'll be it.
And what's the referral rate these days? What are you going on that? Is it $500?
500. Yep.
Okay.
So
you can't be beat. That's it. Tom, how you doing recruiting wise? You need some any advice for anybody looking for a job there?
You know what? We are always recruiting. We're constantly looking for people. In fact, what we need, we bought a fab shop where we fabricate ductwork and sheet metal, and we're needing fab guys on a regular basis, guys and gals. I shouldn't say just guys. We're looking for folks there, and we're also looking for folks in the sales counter as well.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, listen. Go ahead, Reed. Sorry.
Same with us too, and that's something I was going to mention. We're hiring for every position, especially for technicians. You don't need any experience. We do all the training, and then starting next week, we're going to be doing hiring events at our office. We're in the tech center, Wednesdays and Saturdays. I think we're going to do it from 10 to 12. We're going to put some stuff out on social media, probably on the the radio too.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love spreading the great word. Love being on with Reed and Tom. Love hosting the premier heating and air show powered by American Standard. 720-547-8009. PremierAirColorado.com. We'll talk to you guys next week.